Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's journal author interview. I'm Don Finn, and I am the past president of the Coalition on Adult Basic Education and also serve as the publications chair and general editor of the COABE Journal. This current edition of the COABE Journal focuses on lessons from the pandemic, and we have had a wonderful array of articles that have been submitted for this journal. And I hope that you are finding this particular edition to be informative and also providing you with practical advice and tips and tricks, and just as individuals are sharing the challenges that they faced during the pandemic and how they overcame them. And so we're going to be speaking with the authors today from an article entitled Effects of the COVID-19 Pandemic on Family Literacy Programs in Philadelphia, Lessons from a Multi-Year Evaluation. And so I'm going to have the authors introduce themselves. So Carol, why don't we start with you, please?
Sure, glad to be here. I'm Carol Clymer. I'm the co-director for the Institute for the Study of Adult Literacy and the Goodling Institute for Research in Family Literacy at Penn State University. I'm also an associate teaching professor. I'll turn it over to Beth.
Hello, my name is Elisabeth McLean, and I'm an assistant teaching professor at the Goodling Institute for Research in Family Literacy, and I'm glad to be here. And Anna.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Kaiper-Marquez. I am the associate director and an assistant teaching professor for the Institute for the Study of Adult Literacy and the Goodling Institute for Research in Family Literacy at Penn State University with Carol and Beth.
Thank you so much for introducing yourselves. It's great to meet you all, and it really has been my pleasure to read your article and to have an opportunity to speak with you and give you a chance to speak with our audience. So, the first question that we have, even though this is a themed edition and very focused, the first general question is, why did you write this article for the COABE Journal?
Yeah, I'll take that one. We wanted to share some preliminary findings from the Goodling Institute's evaluation of the William Penn Foundation's Family Literacy Initiative taking place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We were able to conduct this evaluation remotely, which is really great. Like during the pandemic, we just changed gears and got on Zoom cameras and did our evaluation remotely. And we were learning how 5 community-based organizations were also able to pivot from in-person family literacy instruction to an online format. As you might know, family literacy programming includes 4 components, and we outline these in the paper. So in addition to adult education classes, family literacy sites also had to provide parent education and interactive literacy activities remotely. Not the easiest thing to do, having parents and children learning together on camera, kids running all around. It was interesting because our family literacy sites were helping caregivers keep up with their children's education too, while they were working on their own education. And since early childhood education and school is the 4th family literacy component, they were able to, keep up with their school, which was really, really important. So, teachers were helping family literacy caregivers, participants, with all of the difficulties with remote learning in school. So another important thing was, this whole idea of shifting gears. It was very challenging, but it was also interesting and encouraging because of these 4 components. That's not the typical adult education class. Our sites, Beyond Literacy, Indo-Chinese American Council, Kencrest Early Learning Centers, Nationality Service Center, and Supportive Older Women's Network, which actually works with grandparents who are in family literacy programs, were doing some amazing work, and we wanted to share what we were learning. So we were really glad that we had this evaluation going on at the time, and we knew what was happening in person, and then we learned what they did remotely.
Thanks so much for that overview, Carol. Really appreciate that. And I would say definitely that timing is everything. Notice that you already had this study going, and being able to shift gears to look at remote learning, definitely great timing for that to occur. And so let me pose an additional question. In looking at the adult education practitioners in general, how will adult education practitioners benefit from your article? And in turn, how will that benefit their learners?
Hi, I'll take that. There's a good amount of evidence-based and practical information in this article about the benefits and challenges of remote instruction. Many programs are moving into a blended model of instruction now that includes both remote and in-person instruction. So the information can help them as they move forward in this kind of new world that we have. The adult education practitioners can reflect on the experiences of these programs outlined in the article. The finding that families are receptive to all different modalities of learning will benefit both the practitioners and the learners. Thus, from the article, practitioners can learn from others' experiences and use this information in their own programs. This is particularly important because there isn't much written about the benefits of family literacy in the literature, especially during the pandemic.
Great. Well, thank you so much for that. And although this question is somewhat related, and boy, there's so much you can choose from because there's a lot of rich material in your article. The next question is, well, what do you hope readers will actually take away from your article?
Thanks, John, for that question. So I think that there are several main things that we hope that readers will take away. First, I really think that we wanted readers to gain a more comprehensive understanding of what family literacy is, what family literacy programs are doing, and the many benefits of, intergenerational literacy programming. Second, we really hope to provide insights into how the pandemic affected programming, both in very difficult ways, but also, as our paper highlights, in quite innovative ways. And so we wanted to hone in on the innovation that these programs were developing. And I think although the pandemic was, very overwhelming to many family literacy programs, it did lead to this inventive programming. It led to stronger digital literacy integration in family literacy classes. So we hope that that is highlighted in the paper. And finally, I think we hope that readers will be able to connect our findings in this context to their own experiences as teachers, as learners, and be able to draw from our experiences to further reflect on and develop programming for their own family literacy initiatives and classes in their own towns and cities and states.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for that. I will say, too, that for those who may have not read the article yet, I really appreciate that the findings of the resourcefulness of the programs and the individuals, and just the fact that the teaching became more structured, and it was the structure of the actual instruction became strengthened. I thought that those were some excellent findings, as well as the technology and digital literacy competence that really increased. All excellent, and very pertinent and practical findings. And so let's wrap it up this way. We've covered a few basic questions. Do you have anything else that you would like to share with our readers? Any comments or additional information?
Yeah, we really want to emphasize that this article demonstrates the critical role that family literacy programs provided to support learners in an unprecedented time. And it shows the resilience of learners to continue their own learning and to support the learning of their children. We think, too, that what the pandemic really helped reinvigorate family literacy programs, because so many adult education programs who weren't necessarily family literacy programs were trying to help their learners navigate, school and deal with remote situations in their own home. And so adult education teachers saw how their learners were parents and having a tough time with school. And we've seen, more and increased participation of states and local communities doing family literacy programs. That's it.
Well, thank you so much, Carol. And again, for our readers, the article is entitled Effects of the COVID-19 Pandemic on Family Literacy Programs in Philadelphia, Lessons from a Multi-Year Evaluation. And again, thank you to you, Carol, Anna, and Beth for submitting this article and for taking the time to share a little bit more with our readers. So folks, you can find the current edition of the COABE Journal by going to coabe.org. Click on the journal tab near the top there, and you can find us in the current issue area. Also, we have our archived issues there as well. So we encourage you to go check these articles out, check out the editions of the COABE Journal. And thank you so much for tuning in. We wish you well and have a good day.